Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. 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 When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. Pray. Pray.
Welcome, everyone, to Dr. Pillai's Religion of Religions YouTube channel. Today is Friday, May 12th, 2023. We are about to do a live, in-depth planetary puja using the chart of now, based on my current location in the state of New Mexico in the USA. My name is Swamini Valli. I am a Pillai Center teacher and priestess, and an AstroVed astrologer. And I'm very happy to be hosting this program Monday through Friday on this channel. Dr. Pillai has said the planets and stars are more than just objects in outer space. There is a divine light being associated with each of them. In doing the puja, we are connecting inwardly with these light beings and inviting their positive blessings to flow into us and also into our world. To do the puja, I'm using the South Indian style layout of the chart. I have drawn the chart in chalk on a blackboard that's sitting on a little side table here. And also to do the puja, I have a container of water, a lit tea light, an incense stick, a bell, a raisin, and a bowl of fresh flower petals. To start the puja, I'm sprinkling a few drops of water on each side of the blackboard chart to purify the space for the puja. I'm putting a few drops of water on top of my own head to purify me symbolically, and I'm sending a few drops of water into space symbolically towards all of you, so that whether you're watching this live or later on a replay, we're all purified going into the puja. Now we invoke Ganesha, the archetype who removes obstacles and also is a patron of astrology. Om Shring Gam, Om Shring Gam, Om Shring Gam. We ask Ganesha to come and to remove all obstacles from this puja, and I ask him to remove all obstacles in the lives of the participants, in the physical, mental, emotional, financial, and spiritual areas of your lives. I ask him to remove obstacles for all of us, now and always, and we thank him for his help with this. Next, we do a short Tamil chant, asking all of the planets to be beneficial towards us. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Arvarku Mikave. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Arvarku Mikave. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Arvarku Mikave. We ask all of the planets to be beneficial today towards us and towards our world. We thank Saint Anna Samundar for teaching this chant and we are grateful to Dr. Pillai for sharing it with us. Now, we honor the time elements that are active in my local area. We start with the planet that rules the day. Today is Friday, ruled by Venus. I put flower petals on Venus on the blackboard chart. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Next, we honor the star that the moon is in. The moment the moon is in a star called Dhanishta, a star that can give blessings for prosperity, for music, and for good reputation. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Next, we honor the Tithi, or the moon phase. In my area, it's the 8th waning moon, called Ashtami in Sanskrit. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Ashtami Devye Namaha. Om Ashtami Devye Namaha. Om Ashtami Devye Namaha. Now, we honor the planet that's ruling the hour, which right now in my area is Mercury, who is retrograde right now and extra powerful. I put the flower petals on Mercury. Om Buddhaheha Namaha. Om Buddhaheha Namaha. Om Buddhaheha Namaha. Now we acknowledge the yoga and the karana time elements. Dr. Pillai said for these, we would not use flower petals. We would say their names 3 times each in Sanskrit. The yoga that's active right now is one called Brahma, which has energies that are trustworthy. Brahma, Brahma, Brahma. And the karana that's active right now is one called Balava, which has energies that are spiritual. Balava, Balava, Balava. Now, we turn our attention to the chart of the moment. We start with looking at the sign that is the ascendant, represented here with the letters AC for ascendant. This is the sign coming up on the eastern horizon in my local area, which right now is Taurus or Vrishabha. Dr. Pillai said we would start with the planet that rules the ascendant sign as a gesture of its importance at the moment. Venus is the planet ruling Taurus, so I put flower petals on Venus as I invoke him. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Vrishabha or Taurus as being the ascendant. Taurus is a sign that is an earth sign with very grounded energies and a great love of luxury and comfort. We pause for a moment and reflect on that. Now, we're going to go around the chart in a clockwise direction, stopping in each sign that has a planet in it. The first Rasi or sign going in a clockwise direction from the ascendant that has a planet in it is Mithuna or Gemini, which today has Venus located in it. I put more flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Venus is in a star called Ardra, a star symbolized as a teardrop of compassion. There's an expression that there is always a tear in the eye of the Buddha that no one can see, a tear of compassion for suffering that's in this world. We put our flower petals on Venus. Om Ardrahe Namaha. Om Ardrahe Namaha. Om Ardrahe Namaha. Ardra's star is ruled by Rudra, a fierce form of Shiva, in which he destroys negativities both within and without. We ask his blessings, and I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Rudraye Namaha. Om Rudraye Namaha. Om Rudraye Namaha. Ardra's star is ruled by Rahu. I put the flower petals on Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Now, we honor the planet that rules Gemini, which is Mercury. And as I mentioned, he is retrograde. I put the flower petals on Mercury. Om Buddhayeha Namaha. Om Buddhayeha Namaha. Om Buddhayeha Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Mithuna or Gemini, a zodiac sign with a great range of energies, today containing Venus, planet of love and beauty and joy, and also a planet that helps us to enjoy material plane comforts and the arts. And it's also a planet of diplomacy. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Karkata or Cancer, which today contains Mars. Mars is a bit uncomfortable to be here because he's a very masculine planet and he's sitting in a very feminine sign. We put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Mars is in a star called Purnavasu, a star symbolized as a quiver of arrows, a star that can give blessings towards freedom. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Purnuvasaye Namaha. Om Purnuvasaye Namaha. Om Purnuvasaye Namaha. Purnavasu's star is ruled by Aditi, a goddess who's revered as a great mother. She's a mother to many of the gods. We ask her to give her blessings to all of us of her unconditional love. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Purnuvasaye, Om Aditye Namaha. Om Aditye Namaha. Om Aditye Namaha. Purnavasu's star is ruled by Jupiter. I put flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now, we honor the planet that rules Cancer, which is the moon. I put flower petals on the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Karkata or Cancer, the most emotionally sensitive of all the zodiac signs, today containing Mars, a planet that is both a healer and a protector, a planet that likes to take practical action to solve problems. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Tula or Libra, which today contains Ketu. We honor Ketu. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Ketu is in a star called Swati, a star symbolized as young shoots of plants blowing in the wind. This is a star that Dr. Pillai says can give divine blessings, especially blessings for independence. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Swati star is ruled by Vayu, archetype who rules the wind and the air element. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Swati star is ruled by Rahu. I put flower petals on Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Libra, which is Venus. I put flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Tula or Libra, a zodiac sign that has energies for balance, fairness, and harmony, today containing Ketu, who is sometimes called the saintly planet. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Makara or Capricorn, which today contains Pluto, who is retrograde, and the moon. We start with honoring Pluto. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Pluto is in a star called Uttara Ashada, a star that can give long-lasting blessings for success. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the 10 Visvadevas, 10 archetypes who each embody a unique, divine, universal principle. We ask for blessings from all 10 of them, and I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Visvadevasyes Namaha. Om Visvadevasyes Namaha. Om Visvadevasyes Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the sun. I put flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Now we honor the moon for being in Capricorn. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. The moon is in a star called Dhanishta. This is a star that gives blessings for music, for prosperity, and for good reputation. I sometimes think of it as like the Grammy star, because the Grammys have all those energies put together. I put the flower petals on the moon. We honor Dhanishta. The symbol for that star is a drum. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Dhanishta star is ruled by the 8 Vasus, 8 light beings who each are so helpful. They're sometimes presented as standing together in a circle, holding hands. We ask for blessings from all 8 of them. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasisye Namaha. Om Vasisye Namaha. Dhanishta star is ruled by Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now, we honor the planet that rules Capricorn, which is Saturn. I put flower petals on Saturn on the blackboard chart. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Makara or Capricorn, a zodiac sign that can activate ancient past life skills and abilities, today containing Pluto, who is retrograde, extra strong, and a planet that can help with rationality and science, according to Dr. Pillai, and also containing the moon, which is our mind and our emotions, and also our receptivity to light. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Kumbha or Aquarius, which today has Saturn in it. I put flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Saturn is in a star called Satyabhisha, a star symbolized as an empty circle, and a star with so much healing energy, its nickname is 100 Physicians. Om Satyabhishaye Namaha. Om Satyabhishaye Namaha. Om Satyabhishaye Namaha. Satyabhisha's star is ruled by Varuna, archetype who rules the rains and the oceans. Om Varunaye Namaha. Om Varunaye Namaha. Om Varunaye Namaha. Satyabhisha's star is ruled by Rahu. I put flower petals on Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Now, we honor the planet that rules Aquarius, which is Saturn. I put more flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Kumbha or Aquarius, the zodiac sign that is the most humanitarian, the most service-oriented, today containing Saturn, a planet that helps with patience, compassion, structure. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Meena or Pisces, which today contains Neptune. We honor Neptune. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Neptune is in a star called Purvabhadrapada. Dr. Pillai says this is a star that can give blessings to help us towards enlightenment, charity, purification. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Purvabhadrapada's star is ruled by Aja Ekapada, an archetype who can give blessings to help us experience deeper levels of stillness and forgiveness. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Purvabhajapada's star is ruled by Jupiter. I put flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Pisces, which is Jupiter. Again, I put more flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Meena or Pisces, the most metaphysical of all the zodiac signs, today containing Neptune, a planet that Dr. Pillai says can help with our intuition and also help us to understand our own inner life. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Last but not least, the next sign that has a Rasi, or the next sign or Rasi that has planets in it, is Misha or Aries, which today has Jupiter, Rahu, Mercury, who is retrograde, Uranus, and also the Sun. Jupiter, Rahu, and Mercury retrograde are all in the same star, so we're going to honor all three of them before we invoke the star. I start with Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Next, we honor Rahu for being in Aries. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Next, we honor Mercury, who is retrograde and extra powerful. Om Buddhaheha Namaha. Om Buddhaheha Namaha. Om Buddhaheha Namaha. Now, we honor the star that Jupiter, Rahu, and Mercury retrograde are in, a star called Ashwini, a star that can give blessings for speed and also for healing and health. Om Ashwinihe Namaha. Om Ashwinihe Namaha. Om Ashwinihe Namaha. Ashwini star is ruled by the Ashwini Kumaras, horse-headed twins who have the head of a horse and they each have the body of a handsome young man. They have tremendous healing energies and are sometimes called the physicians to the gods. Om Ashwini Kumarasye Namaha. Om Ashwini Kumarasye Namaha. Om Ashwini Kumarasye Namaha. Ashwini star is ruled by Ketu. I put the flower petals on Ketu. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Next, we honor Uranus for being in Aries. I put flower petals on him. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Uranus is in a star called Bharani, a star that has a tremendous amount of divine feminine Shakti or power or energy. Om Bharanihe Namaha. Om Bharanihe Namaha. Om Bharanihe Namaha. Barney's star is ruled by Yama, an archetype who can help with justice. We ask him to help us to be just and merciful towards others, and for there to be justice in our world. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Barney's star is ruled by Venus. I put flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Now, we honor the sun for being in Aries, a sign where he's exalted or most strong, most comfortable. He has moved on, so today he's in a different star than yesterday. We first start with honoring the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. The sun has moved into the star called Kritika, a star symbolized as a razor or a cutter, a star that gives blessings for truth, helping us to see the truth, know the truth, speak the truth, live the truth. Om Kritikaye Namaha. Om Kritikaye Namaha. Om Kritikaye Namaha. Kritika star is ruled by Agni, the archetype who rules the element of fire. Om Agnihe Namaha. Om Agnihe Namaha. Om Agnihe Namaha. Kritika star is ruled by the sun. I put more flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Now, we honor the planet that rules Aries, which is Mars. I put flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Misha or Aries, a zodiac sign that's a fire sign with very active energies. Today containing Jupiter, planet that helps with everything related to spiritual teachings, and also a planet that can help with wealth or anything related to banking or legal matters. And Rahu, a planet that helps us to think outside the box and make friends with new technologies. And Mercury, retrograde, a planet that helps with communication, with business, and with our own sense of humor. Uranus, a planet that helps with creative abilities, higher intelligence, success in life, and also helps with astrology. And the sun, which is our soul, and a planet so important for our health, for our self-esteem, and for giving us a level of cheerfulness that in English we call having a sunny disposition. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Now, I take a lit tea light and I hold it in the air above the blackboard that has the chart drawn in chalk and the many piles of flower petals. And in the air, I circle the tea light around the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction, offering the element of light to all of these divine beings that we've just invoked. Next, I take a lit incense stick to offer the air element and also a sweet fragrance. And I circle that around the chart in the air 3 times in a clockwise direction. Next, I take a bell representing the element of sound. Now I take a raisin, a small fruit representing the earth element, and I circle this above the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction. Later, I will eat the raisin as a prasad or blessed food. Right now, I make prayer hands, and I make sincere prayer to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked, asking them to send their positive blessings into the lives of all of us and into the lives of our families, our friends, our homes, our workplaces, our schools, our communities, our countries, and indeed the entire world. May everyone on this planet have healthy food to eat, clean water to drink, clean air to breathe, a safe place to live, good clothes to wear, access to health care, good education, sustainable jobs, and may everyone on this planet have love in their life, now and always. I ask for blessings for enlightened leaders, enlightened citizens, enlightened laws, enlightened countries, and entire enlightened civilizations. I ask for blessings for all of my teachers, past, present, and to come. And I ask for blessings for all of my students, past, present, and to come. And I make a bow. You can continue to make your own prayers in silence for a minute, and then we can do a very short Q&A period. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul, peace to the environment. Peace, peace, peace. May we all go about our day or our evening in peace. Thank you all so much for being here. I truly appreciate your participation and support in this little prayer circle. Right now we have a little bit of time for answering questions. We have to end a little early today because Ronnie will need the Zoom link for another program coming up, the Shrimbrizi Community Call. If you have a question, you're welcome to post it in the chat, and I will do my best to try and answer it. Happy Mother's Day on Sunday for all the mothers out there. It's good to give some prayers for each of our own mothers, whether they're alive or have moved on into another dimension. Dr. Pillai says it's good for us to express gratitude to our mothers, however they were. If you had a easy, happy, loving mother, if you had a difficult mother, if you're estranged or not, it's good to answer. It's good to make some prayers for them on Mother's Day, and to know that at the soul level, your mother does love you, whether or not it has expressed itself outwardly in this incarnation. At a soul level, your mother does love you. I see Barbara saying, how does the degree of a planet in your chart, your birth chart, affect you? The higher the degree, the stronger it's influenced. Not necessarily, Barbara. When planets are like between 0 and 5 degrees, they're a little bit more sleepy. And also when they're between 25 and 30 degrees, they're a little less strong, because they're not operating perhaps at full potential in the sign. Sometimes that can be good if it's a challenging planet in a challenging sign. If it's a little bit weaker, that's not necessarily a bad thing. But it also is going to depend on the other planets that might be in the sign and a few other things. So that's really about maybe the only general comment I can say. And then you might need to have some astrology reading with someone to have them go into more detail for you with that. Now, the one thing I can say, the single planet that is at the deepest degree, even let's say if it was at 29 degrees in your chart, that one planet would be called your Atma Karaka. And that is the planet that has a great impact on your soul. So each have an Atma Karaka planet, a planet that is at the highest degree, the one that's closest to the number 30 of all the planets in all the degrees in your chart. So that's also something for you to look at. What one is your Atma Karaka planet? Okay. So there's a short answer to a very good question. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream for today so that Ronnie can get in to use the Zoom link for another program. Again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, and I will see you again next week. The light in me honors the light in all of you. May light encompass all. Namaste.